Artificial intelligence is actively rewiring human behavior and cognition, moving past simple automation of supply chains to alter how we process information. IBM CEO Arvind Krishna recently issued a blunt warning to corporate executives about the reality of the current technological landscape. For decades, large corporations treated bleeding-edge technology with caution, waiting for systems to mature before fully adopting them. Krishna argues that the primary danger for a company today is the existential risk of falling behind. He points out that executives must now treat technological integration with the exact same weight, rigor, and urgency as their financial balance sheets, as technology now dictates how value is created and sustained. This relentless corporate fear of missing out has triggered an irreversible arms race. Massive capital is flowing into AI, forcing ubiquitous integration across all global systems, and the pace is about to accelerate. Current projections place the practical deployment of quantum computing just 3 to 5 years away. This diagram compares the architectures. Standard AI analyzes historical data to predict a probable outcome. A quantum system computes every outcome simultaneously. It processes variables that would take traditional supercomputers thousands of years to resolve, at a scale standard AI cannot conceptualize. Mastering this strategic domain provides a significant lead in computational speed. The infrastructure calculates at such an incomprehensible scale that human operators can no longer keep pace with the system's output. While algorithms prepare to process the future, we have to look at what this technology is currently doing to the human mind. The conflict has moved from the corporate boardroom directly into our psychological domain. Natalia Kozmina, a research scientist at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, began investigating this after noticing a troubling trend. Her students were forgetting basic course content far more easily than in previous years. She was observing a phenomenon known as cognitive offloading. This happens when humans rely on external tools to handle complex thinking, outsourcing their mental effort to the machine. To measure the impact, Kozmina's team split 54 students into 3 groups to write short essays. One group used no technology. A second used standard Google search. The third group was given ChatGPT. As they worked, the researchers actively monitored their brainwaves. This chart reveals the core data point. Students working purely from their minds showed widespread neural activity, but the ChatGPT group experienced an extreme reduction, dropping by up to 55%. The areas responsible for creativity went incredibly quiet. The machine was doing the work, so the human brain simply stopped trying. The pursuit of absolute digital convenience results in cognitive surrender. We accept the output of a machine with minimal scrutiny, allowing a predictive algorithm to override our inherent human intuition and critical thinking. The immediate consequences surfaced as soon as the MIT experiment ended. The students who used AI couldn't quote their own essays, and many reported feeling zero ownership over the work they had just submitted. Computational neuroscientist Vivian Ming conducted parallel research with students at the University of Berkeley, looking closely at how AI prediction tools impact long-term mental health. Ming discovered that when students relied on AI to generate answers, their brains exhibited remarkably weak gamma-wave activity. These waves serve as a primary biological marker of cognitive effort, appearing only when the brain engages in intense, focused analysis. We have historic parallels for what happens when we stop demanding effort from our brains. Studies tracking the adoption of GPS navigation over the last 2 decades show that outsourcing spatial awareness to a screen is linked to significantly worse spatial memory over time, which serves as a potential predictor for cognitive decline. When we combine these findings, a stark picture emerges. AI is acting as an active biological threat. By relying on it to think for us, we are systematically degrading our own mental defenses. This degraded human cognition is actively becoming our greatest vulnerability on the modern battlefield. In the realm of cyber warfare, human slowness is a critical liability. We can see this liability playing out in real time. Recently, the billion-dollar tech company Vercel suffered a highly sophisticated systems hack, directly resulting from automated incursions. Cyber attacks are rarely executed manually by humans sitting at keyboards anymore. They are driven by autonomous, offensive AI tools capable of probing networks at speeds no human security team can match. These offensive systems are specifically designed to exploit the gaps in human oversight. They take advantage of the exact state of cognitive surrender we have allowed to infiltrate our corporate workflows, slipping past operators who have learned to trust automated processes blindly. The reaction time of a human operator, dulled by a lack of cognitive engagement, is now biologically too slow to defend against incursions moving at the speed of a machine. Because human reflexes are inadequate, organizations are forced to adopt the only viable countermeasure, deploying equally autonomous, defensive AI systems to fight back. We are watching a terrifying new dynamic take shape. Defensive algorithms violently clash against offensive digital incursions, reacting to threats, patching vulnerabilities, and executing counterattacks in fractions of a second. This establishes a closed loop of continuous automated escalation. Human agency, oversight, and conscious decision-making are entirely removed from the equation because we simply cannot process information fast enough to participate. The global conflict of the near future is a collision between competing algorithms, leaving our cognitively weakened species trapped in a crossfire between autonomous systems.